Jay, do you think we need to switch it up sometime?
Switch it up? What are you talking about?
Get a new intro in there?
Well, if you want to make one, go ahead. That's up to you.
I could do that.
You are the head of intro making for this show. Welcome to Post My Video, folks, a show about where we talk about animations and video work within the MLP community. My name is JHaller, as always, and alongside me is BVids.
BVids?
Yeah. Oh, you want to say your own name, huh?
Yeah, I do.
I guess you're a big enough boy you can do that.
I guess we're at that stage, Dad. I'm leaving the nest.
Oh, well, you're not leaving it. I'm kicking you out.
Oh,
Learn to fly.
Oops.
And then,
Anyways.
so this week, we're actually finally changing it up because it's been so long since we've had a guest, and we finally grabbed this guy off the street to help us out with this week. His name, you may know him, is MysteryBen27. Why don't you say hi, Ben?
Hello.
Hey. And for those who don't know, Mystery Ben has been in the community for about 2 years, or probably more than that at this rate, making animations and working on a ton of cool projects, and we're going to talk about all that today. So, let's get this started. Ben, so you're saying you were mostly known for the animation side of things. So just to start at the very beginning of everything, how did you get into animation, and was it something where you went to school for, or were you self-taught with everything?
I started off, I was kind of fickle in terms of what I did in my free time, before the, Flash animation stuff, I did, anime music videos, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, editing anime and music together. But, it was a kind of this is, before the YouTube days and such, so it was before, people had a real, one go-to place to look up the videos and such.
Mm-hmm.
But it, kind of randomly on the internet, there would be places that had, Flash animations for, Final Fantasy characters fighting each other and stuff really basic compared to today. But I saw that kind of stuff and, I wanted to try that out for myself, so I asked my parents to get me Flash, and from that point on, it was largely there wasn't really a class or any online resource to learn Flash, so I had to pretty much do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a place on the internet before, YouTube and I guess the following that you have now, where you used to post? I mean, you don't have to share the exact details so people can find your really early work, but more or less, did you have a place like Newgrounds or anywhere else on the internet that you used to post animations?
I used to have a super old website called Cybermoon Studios, and that's where I uploaded most of my stuff back in the day. I didn't do much on Newgrounds at the time. I think one or two of my animations are on there, but Newgrounds wasn't a big focus.
Yeah. No, I just didn't know if maybe there was another place online where you had...
At this point, there's probably nothing left of it, so...
Actually, there is. It's still on there. At least you're talking about your website.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, and I didn't get a chance to take a look at that website, but we did find the one animation that a lot of people are surprised, myself included. Turn the phone off!
Shush.
Turn it off. No, but this kind of blew my mind when I found out that you were actually the guy who made the 8-bit D&D Dead Alewives animation 10 years ago. I think it was about 10 years ago you made that.
I almost want to say it was 15 years ago or something.
It was
more absurd. But
oh, wow.
It's that old. That joke.
It's quite old.
The upload date I saw on Newgrounds was in 2003, so that's where I got the 10 years from. But if you're saying it's even older than that, it's actually
it's been uploaded by so many other people at this point. It's hard to tell.
No, but it was Cybermoon Studios that
right.
It was on your account there. That's where I found it. So just quickly, for those of you who are youngins in this chat who may not know what the heck we're talking about, going to show this and give you a taste of what the
There's
early...
there's high schoolers that are as old as this video.
Oh, this now makes me feel
People going right
extremely
into high school who just started when this joke was made. So
Prehistoric
before.
YouTube days.
Yo.
Yeah, but let's give you an idea of what one of the things that he made way back in the day that was very popular at the time. And still, I think, serves as somewhat of an inspiration for a lot of Flash animators for their own stuff. But we're going to watch this, so if you guys have it queued up. Alright. 3, 2, 1, play.
Dungeons and Dragons. Satan's game. Your children, like it or not, are attracted in their weaker years to the occult, and a game like D&D fuels their imagination and makes them feel special, while drawing them deeper and deeper into the bowels of El Diablo. This afternoon, the Dead Alewives Watchtower invites you to sit in on an actual gaming session. Observe the previously unobservable as a hidden camera takes you to the inner sanctum of Dungeons and Dragons.
Gallstaff, you have entered the door to the north. You are now by yourself, standing in a dark room. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon walls.
Where are the Cheetos?
They're right next to you.
I cast a spell. Where's the Mountain Dew?
In the fridge, duh!
I want to cast a spell.
Can I have a Mountain Dew? Yes, you can have a Mountain Dew, just go get it.
I can cast any of these, right? On the list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room
Fairly
where he's
accurate.
casting all these spells from. He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Fine. You attack the darkness. There's an elf in front of you.
Whoa!
That's me, right? He's wearing a brown tunic, and he has gray hair and blue eyes.
No, I don't. I have gray eyes.
Let me see that sheet.
Well, it says I have blue, but I decided I wanted gray
See
eyes.
where Omega
Whatever.
Ozone
Okay,
got his
you guys can talk to
Yeah.
each other now.
We'll-
if you want.
inspiration.
We'll talk about that, actually.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Gallstaff, Sorcerer of Light.
Then how come you had to cast Magic Missile?
You guys are being attacked.
Do I see that happening?
No, you're outside by the tavern.
Cool, I get drunk.
There are
Whose
7
us,
ogres
my
surrounding you.
How could they surround us? I had Mordenkainen's magical watchdog cast.
No, you didn't.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls there?
I totally did. You asked me if I wanted any equipment before this adventure, and I said no. But I need material components for all my spells, so I cast Mordenkainen's faithful watchdog.
But you never actually cast it.
Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
Yeah, you are.
Are there any girls there?
Yeah.
I did, though. I completely said when you asked me...
No, you didn't. You didn't actually say that you were casting the spell, so now there's ogres, okay?
Ogres? Man, I got an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +9 against ogres.
You're not there. You're getting drunk.
Okay, but if there's any girls there, I want to do them.
There you have it. A frightening look into America's most frightening pastime. Remember that it's not your children's fault that they're being drawn into a satanic world of nightmare. It's their gym teacher's fault for making them feel outcast when they couldn't do one single pull-up.
Yeah. It's been
It's terrible.
so long, and that it legit shocked me when I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I made that when you said that."
Yeah.
Um, no, go
I
ahead.
was so jazzed when Omega actually did the whole animation for that for Anthology 3.
We didn't even
Yeah.
know you had anything to do with it though at the time. It was a complete coincidence.
Complete
It
small
was a
parts of
it was a
Mario.
complete total coincidence.
That's what just kind of kills me about it. It's like, what the hell? But it just kind of it feels just more like a small world within like the animation community that way too. For some reason that.
Or they cross over frequently, you know. There's people who made stuff way before ponies, and now it's it's crossing over to people who make stuff for this now.
So
So-
yeah, After this point, with Cyber, I didn't know your handle was Cyberman Studios, so I kind of looked around for other animations, and really couldn't find too much of what you had done between this point and making MLP stuff, which resurfaced about 2 years ago. So, but there was one video you pointed me out to that other people may also remember this, and I certainly do. This is also just, I don't know how old, but something else I saw on Newgrounds, so it's probably not you who uploaded it. Who knows, but this is a Boot to the Head, Phoenix Wright parody. And I already see where you got the inspiration from Phoenix Wright. I'm guessing you were a big fan of the games, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's take a look at this really quick. I'm not sure if we'll go through the whole thing, but let's take a look. Alright, 3, 2, 1, play.
As the executor of Mr. Muldoon's estate, I have been empowered to read Mr. Muldoon's last will and testament.
Well, get on with it. The bar's open soon.
Oh, poor dear Arthur.
Oh, there, Jenny.
God, how predictably boring.
I never worked for a kinder man.
If we are all seated, I shall proceed with the reading.
I knew it.
I, Arthur Durham Muldoon, being of sound mind and body,
That's a laugh.
do hereby divide up my considerable estate as follows. To my overly emotional sister, Jenny,
Jenny, darling, he's talking about us.
Oh.
who grubbed with her husband Hank, grubbed for everything they could get from me, and then cried crocodile tears when I needed sympathy.
What?
To Jenny, I leave a boot to the head.
A what? Ow!
Jenny, are you okay?
And another boot to her wimpy husband Hank.
This is an outrage.
But still, you are my sister. You have both admired my Rolls Royce, and since I no longer need it,
Oh, dear Arthur, he's too kind.
I bequeath another boot to the head.
What? Ow!
And one more for the win.
Ow!
Next to my alcoholic brother,
Hey, I don't want no boot to the head.
to dear Hedge, who has never worked a day in his drunken life,
I'm covering up my head.
I leave my wine cellar and 3 crates of my finest whiskey.
Really?
And a boot to the head. Oh! And another for Jenny and the Wimp. Next, to my know-it-all nephew Ralston,
This is so predictable.
I leave a boot to the head
Ugh, I knew it.
and one for Jenny and the Wimp.
Oh!
This takes care of family obligations. And now to Mrs. Mulroy,
Oh, I don't want nothing.
who took care of me faithfully these many, many years, who cared, made me laugh, brought me tea.
Oh, I didn't mind.
To Mrs. Mulroy, I bequeath a boot to the head. And one for Jenny and the Wimp.
Oh!
And so to my cat Mittens, I leave my entire vast boot to the head. And finally to my lawyer, who has helped me on this will, I leave not a boot to the head, but a rabid Tasmanian devil to be placed in his trousers. And I leave my entire estate of $10 million to the people of Calgary so they can afford to move somewhere decent.
Fantastic.
Is that it?
That's it?
That's disgraceful.
There's one last thing for everyone.
Cover your heads, everybody.
I leave everyone a lifetime supply of ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream, that's all?
That's all.
Well, what flavor is it?
Boot to the head.
Oh, brilliant. Just
I'd never heard that skit before or seen that animation, so that was pretty awesome.
So you got the raw reaction right there from BVids.
Yeah,
Right,
that was great. That came out in 2007, though. I didn't even know that the games had been out that long. I guess they've been out for a while. The
Oh yeah, no, Phoenix, right? They've been out in Japan longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The common thread between Boot to the Head and the 8-bit reenactment thing was that they are both really heavily featured on a radio program called Dr. Demento, which is where I first heard all those, and like Weird Al and that kind of parody music kind of thing.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay. So this was like where you gained a lot of the inspiration for your early work.
That's how I knew about these audio files to begin with.
That's awesome. No, that you were exposed to it that way, and then you were able to draw inspiration from that.
Right.
And so then you went from Cybermoon Studios to MysteryBen. What was the reasoning for the name MysteryBen itself?
So my older internet name, which is what I came up when I was like 15, was like Pyro Wolf.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
Pyro Wolf is a far more, I don't know.
I know where you're going.
You made it up when you were 14 and it sounded cool.
My Wolf OC, red and white, bitten off ear, has a horn for some reason. I don't know. But yeah.
But so I just wanted people to call me Ben, so I just put MysteryBen. Like the mystery part is like, well, I'm kind of shy and don't talk to the public a lot, so mystery. Throw those two things together.
Well, we're changing that right now.
Dear God.
I've been exposed.
Okay, and then so we're going to go back into the, into the MLP stuff, because about 2 years ago is when you first started making videos for your channel. And what I noticed about your first 5 videos was that they all came out within the span of a week. And I don't know if you had been making them all like that point.
There's a reason for that, but so before I properly started uploading all that stuff, I just like I had seen specifically the DJ Pwn 3 videos that were just bobbing to random music.
Right.
I saw those videos and said, oh, it would be like a fun exercise if I did all the other characters doing that exact thing. So I actually went to work just making those, they were just 2-second loops of them bobbing their heads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then I just, so the animation was basically already there, but it was just a matter of editing the music just to the beat. So the actual process for that was pretty fast, so which is why they were way more rapid fire when uploading those videos.
Right. I was gonna say, I feel like you would have gotten maybe tired of doing those same type of video for that many times. Because even though they're pretty quick, it's still a lot of work for that many videos in such a short time span. You're getting kind of sick of it at that point there at the end.
I wanted to do at least one for each.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some special exceptions, like Rainbow Dash had 2. I had to do 2 for rarity because the first video, the music for that was super copyrighted and only you can only see it if you're in Germany or something.
What? It's
usually
yeah.
It was a weird that situation. So
yeah. Oh god. Because this one I have right here says it's more from Hasbro Studio Shorts. I'm pretty sure they don't own this music though. No idea. But let's just give people an idea of what you did. We're gonna watch the Twilight Sparkle rendition of How to DJ, or rather, how she doesn't know how to DJ. So
that was the big lead up to this whole joke was do the proper head bobbings, and then at the end do this.
All right, let's take a look at it. 3, 2, 1, play.
Her eyes are just raised up as if she's just yes?
You enjoy this, right?
Your music's bad and you should feel bad.
I got nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, though it's always fun because that is what Twilight would do. She'd try that. This is what I used to when I study, or something like that. So, no, you made all these series of videos, 5 of these in about a week, and then after that you had a little bit of a break. But that's kind of when you started making these videos. I think that you were much more well known for, which is the Rhythm Heaven stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I guess usually this falls with the trend. I already kind of know the answer probably to this, but people make videos based off what they like. So I'm guessing Rhythm Heaven has been a big game that you've been playing.
Rhythm. There's 3 games in that series.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Japanese only, and that's for the Game Boy. One that was for the DS, and the Wii one.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely like those games. Let's see. And, I was just going off the joke of like, oh, DJ. And like, there's a specific one for the DS that is like DJ School. So.
Yeah, I know we were showing that earlier, but that's how you kind of got into it. And I noticed you had to change up. Looks like you had to change up your style, or at least the art style is definitely different. Was there any big difficulty in doing that for you?
For the specific like DJ School one, I tried to really steer it more towards the Rhythm Heaven thing. I think now it just doesn't really mesh quite as well as I'd like to. So, like, and later I updated that look to make it just more pony and kind of make it more natural looking in that way.
Oh yeah, I got because it's just not only with the DJ stuff, but Full in One, Peckish, Pony, they all kind of have like just a different style than what you had before, which was maybe it's just the sunglasses that are doing it for me in every one of those the DJ videos. But it just looks like a lot. It looks like you've improved in your art style and in your animation in general. I mean. But let's just take a look at one or two of these because there's definitely a few notable ones you've made. Actually, I'm going to choose the one that's probably going to enrage you the most, which is Full in One. I only think that it's going to enrage you because you have this long story in the description of that video about how much you didn't like making it.
There's a lot of audio weirdness with that one.
Oh, that's all right. We'll start with Full in One for now, and then we can kind of talk about that after the video. So,
okay.
3, 2, 1, play. I also like that you're very aware of how bad that pun is. So good.
Yes.
Good self-awareness.
It was too bad I couldn't not mention it right off.
The other thing about this that really kills me is just the fact that rarity of all the characters is playing the sport of any time.
Well, she would play golf.
She's playing the classiest sport.
This isn't cricket or beer pong. God. But no, it's even golf. I was like thinking she would never play this because it's exertion. She doesn't do this.
She's using her magic.
She makes.
To be fair, she uses magic.
It's just like this. She makes her sister, pull the giant card. Child labor. Okay. I know it's using magic, but even still. And again, just excellent sync work on this. Because you have to obviously change it up every so often with the bigger gems and your spike eventually getting added in, to keep it somewhat interesting.
Right.
But you do an excellent job with that.
Like a lot of these Rhythm Heaven videos were kind of an extension of the AMV stuff I used to do. Like even back then, I like my big hook with those was to match the visuals with the actual beats, just to make it look punchier like that.
I also noticed that in a lot of these videos, you like to put in like a little Easter egg or something like that in the background, or maybe not the background, but
like laying those like kind of secret things helps people rewatch it so many times, which is like the secret to these. Like you're forced to rewatch it just to catch all the little things.
Right.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, and this is something, a few people I've seen have done, where they put their own little stuff just for themselves a little bit, and if someone else happens to catch the joke, it's like a little bonus for them, but not everyone will catch it, sort of thing.
Right.
The biggest gem of all. No. And of course, there's always going back to this. Twilight playing musical instruments and having a hard time.
I had this running gag of just Twilight not doing very good at musical things.
Yeah, I know. You could show Peckish, because the entire the entire point of watching Peckish is not watching Pinky. It's just watching Twilight in the background. Oh,
Yeah, animating her took longer in that video than animating Pinky.
I mean,
I can tell you that.
Yeah, you do it in layers. You get Pinky's whole thing set up, and then you have like all the background horn players and saxophone players like get set up, in Spike. And then there's Twilight, who actually you have to do all the work for. Basically, is what it seemed like.
Yeah.
That's a little shorter. We can watch that. We can link that. Because unfortunately, I do have to show the Apple remix at some point too, just because of the fact of how much variety is in that one too. I was
actually gonna ask one question, which is, do you use puppets or do you prefer like frame by frame kind of animation? And when I say puppets, I mean reusable assets, sort of.
For the most part, it's largely puppets. Sometimes you do have to do frame by frame stuff if a specific part of the animation asks for it, but by and large, it's a puppet more so than frame by frame.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
seems
tweeting.
to be the traditional trend. Like most people try to avoid frame by frame because of how time consuming and difficult it is to just keep doing.
That to it also, and also just kind of the Rhythm Heaven games themselves were very kind of that animation.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to also Ponies itself being mostly the puppet styled animation, so it worked on kind of both ends.
Yeah. So sorry for the outburst. My Shockwave Flash crashed on me, so I just had to refresh it. So then we'll watch. I don't want to watch it later. We'll just quickly look at Rhythm is Magic, because again, I just watch Twilight in the background. Is really the only goal I have with this. Let me link you guys so you can make sure you're watching it too.
The remix Apple?
No, this is Peckish. Just because we talked about how Twilight has bad luck with musical instruments, and just to drive home the point, we'll watch this really quick.
Okay.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, play.
I think he really is just like a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
Where's it all go?
You don't want to know.
Okay then.
Twilight's taking her sweet time playing this. I realize she doesn't know how to blow into the trumpet properly.
Now I gotta ask, is that Spike in the background based off of that GIF that I saw like a long time ago?
It is based off of there's like specifically a epic
sax
Spike.
Yeah. And I just remember that the glasses were white and that he had a saxophone, he was doing that motion, so I didn't know if like you gained inspiration for that or the GIF was based off of that.
I think it was a specific reference I went off of that was like had the glasses and everything.
I used it as well in a video.
And then that beard. Oh, there's more. I didn't realize.
What does she have to say?
Oh. The worst constructive criticism I've ever heard.
I had to get that joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Any one of these.
All right, so then we'll. So that's all the rhythm. You basically kind of. This is where you were getting a lot of your recognition from. Let's see. And so but you have this large thing about with Fulham One. You had this big story about your audio work. But is audio work typically the most challenging thing that you may find yourself doing, or is it the more complex your projects have gotten? Has animation still? Has that become the more complicated thing to tackle with your projects?
Animation is always the hardest thing.
Sure.
Sound is the most frustrating thing I found. It's a lot of scavenging for like like that one special sound effect you need, but you can spend like hours and you're digging through like tons of YouTube videos trying to find that specific sound you want to get off of, and it's a lot of busy work for what it should be.
Yeah, no, we sort of know your pain with just sound effects, and just it has to be you have this one thing in mind, but you can't find it anywhere, sort of thing.
Yeah, I've had that problem so many times.
Yeah. Oh,
there needs to be like an all-in-one resource for these kind of things, you know, that doesn't cost money. Like you can just use.
That's like the other insulting thing is like all these like free sound effect or like there's these stock sound effects, but they're like $3 for the like worst sound effect you can ever hope to find, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy in his basement made a door slam. It's like I can do that myself. So.
No. Give me $3 for it.
No. So when it comes to you know, at this point you've had a lot of people probably ask you, you know what program do you use or whatever. But like what are some of the best advice you can give to new animators, people looking to get into it?
I guess specifically I should say it's Flash CS 5.5. The new version you have to like pay a subscription for that.
Yeah.
Like nobody is crazy about. Kind of the biggest thing as far as like Flash advice, fairly recently, like at least in this year, I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but there is a program called Swivel that you can, when you test a video in Flash, it'll make out a SWF file, and Swivel will take the SWF file and let you make a really high quality, really low file size video out of that. And in addition, it also lets you carry over special effects, which if you normally try to output video to it, they just won't show up because Flash is really dumb like that. But yeah, I think it's on like on a Newgrounds link. But if you have Flash, you need to get Swivel, like period.
No, that's great advice. I mean, there's always like insider things you learn as you go along with your projects, and if I was, I really kind of want to get into just Flash and delve into it for a long time, because it's one of the few Adobe programs I just have not touched. But if I do, I'll totally check out Swivel.
And just kind of like general Flash thing, like my recommendation is like, you know, when you're new to Flash, is just start small. Don't try to like go with these super complex like the puppets we had for Double Rainbow, which you can download. Like those are a bit much for like a beginner. Like the thing you want to do is like just what like every basic kind of animation class teaches, and just like bounce a ball really good. And if you can bounce that ball really good, then try to work up a little and a little more complex and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of more complex, we have to. Again, it's just back to the Rhythm Heaven, but I have to show this just on principle because of everything you did with it.
It is the culmination of everything. Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, this is. I was just so impressed at how many different scenarios and scenes you got into this to make it all, you know, tie it all together and make it work. But this is probably your most well-received and most well-known Rhythm Heaven mashup is the Apple remix, which is the Eastern samurai-themed whole thing. So let's get to that. We'll watch it. 3, 2, 1, go. You even stylized the very intro with the Apple right there too.
This mimics pretty closely to Remix 4 on the Wii game. So like that intro, and that intro is basically the exact same, but apples instead of the number 4.
Yeah, I've played that game actually, so it was very spot on.
Oh, and this game, of course, which if you were a kid and played the PlayStation 1, that was a very popular game at the time. Harappa.
I'm surprised that's just kind of remix, that little clip of proper music actually worked as well as that did.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like I said, it's all the little elements like you have them in Street Fighter keys and stuff like that. It's little extras you've added. I mean, look in the background with Pinky, you have all the horn and trumpet players again. It's all the little things that you do that I really like about your animation, especially not just the animation itself, but like you put all this extra effort into it. So that's
it's literally all the videos up to this point.
I've seen a lot of the people try to do the strike that pose kind of video, like a remake of it.
Yeah.
Maybe you would spawn a little bit of a fad.
I'm not sure if that came before or after.
I don't know either.
Like I know there was some like Rhythm Heaven kind of parody videos before I even got started on it. Like there was a bunch of like Toho videos, parodies, I think.
But by this point, it was pretty like you had also had the DJ section in there. Everything looked a lot, better. Like you've improved in your animation skill and everything.
I had to make up for that style from earlier with that one.
Oh yeah, someone in the chat's just saying, "What's with the Luna? Like the Luna with the tongue thing going on there."
To explain the Luna, you have to watch the Eat Your Pea Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, we can. It's a short
one of my
video.
favorites.
It's a short video. Yeah, we can take a look at that. I mean, it's based off this video itself is based off
Powerpuff Girls.
Right.
Yeah. I have it up if you guys want to watch it.
Yeah, no, I got it up too.
Okay.
Right. Is it 720? Yeah. We'll make it the highest quality possible. We want to get a good look at these faces.
Please make the stream lag out.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Eat your pea Pinkie Pie.
So is she like threatening her with her horn right there?
Audio.
I had to replace the ray gun with something.
Right. I gotcha.
Like a lot of these videos, I'm not really sure what sparks me to go down that path, but I commit to it to the point where, like, well, I gotta finish this.
I really gotta keep this chewing motion going for a little while. I mean, this is based off the original. Though.
Well, after a point, I think you could almost loop it. But maybe
someone did loop this. Like, I think there's like a 10-hour version or something.
Oh, wow.
Or should just choose for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Because ever since then this happens, and then I've seen it in a bunch of your videos, including the Anthology 3 intro. I was like, why is that?
No, not the intro.
Wait, not the intro. Sorry, the 80s Shirley. My bad.
Yeah.
I love that face. I just love that face so much that I had to make that like the other running gag of mine.
I'm glad you did.
No,
it would have been ridiculous if it was just in the background and Nightmare Moon has that face when she comes out of the moon.
So at this point, you've started now getting involved with a lot of other major projects. Double Rain Boom, Epic Rage Time, and Anthology 3 are all things you've worked on. And at some point we're going to show you your Double Rain Boom. But, what are the differences for you for working with a large group or a large project versus just making these videos mostly solo?
Pretty much up till the point where I was doing all the animations. I usually just do it by myself. Mm-hmm. I gather the sound effects, I do the animation, I do pretty much all of it on my own end. For Double Rain Boom, the Zach, the one who was setting
coordinator,
all of Double Rain Boom, he set it up like it was kind of like a proper in the sense that it's all online kind of animation studio.
Mm-hmm.
And like we had kind of like we were assigned scenes and we had X amount of time to try to finish it, and we submitted it for critiques and got feedback and did multiple versions of it and just kind of uploaded with all that in mind, kind of in that group setting.
So basically, yeah, you just had more. You just had your work being looked at by other people and getting more feedback during the whole process. Yeah. And did you find that helped a lot with the overall product?
I'd like to say that after Double Rainbow was all done with, that my skill as an actual animator improved quite a bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm certainly very glad I got to work on that project.
Yeah, when we just really quickly, you had an animation test. A bunch of the animators put these out just to show like what they made to get into the project. So yours is only like 30 seconds, but we can just take a quick look at what you submitted to them. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Now I have my very own giant Rainbow Dash plushie.
With the screwed up eye shines.
You
You
were the only one who notices, by the way.
Other people notice. Trust me.
I don't care. I didn't see it. It doesn't matter. I'm sure they did. It's just.
Gee, I noticed.
As a creator, like you always obviously see all the flaws, but.
It stings when you miss something and you upload it.
Oh yeah. So you had that, and then there was the other thing you made for our project, the 80s Shirley in the intro. We showed the intro last week, so we're just gonna do the 80s Shirley for you specifically, and then go from there. Because this actually was something you said it was almost like a leftover from Double Rainbow, but we'll talk about that afterwards. So let's watch this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Then one day, when I was about your age, I woke up to find that a cutie mark had appeared. Look at her hair. Yes, I know, but honestly, that's how every pony was wearing their mane back then.
So, give me the 80s crowd pleasingest, rock balladiest song you got. Excellent.
There it is. Putting glasses on it does not make it any less creepy.
I had an 80s head up somehow.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just stunner shades will do it. But yeah, you said that when I talked to you about this, about being with Anthology, you were saying, like, well, I have something, but it's something like a leftover from Double Rainbow, and that was what you came out with it.
Pretty much. I started that before I did any work on Epic Rage Time, so that was like on the back burner for the longest time, but I finally had to get it done.
Just can't stop watching it.
It's
First came out.
I have to give the link to the crowd now because they're requesting. Someone already took care of it.
I remember, I think it was Awa where you first showed me that.
No, it was Fiesta Equestria where I still have to apologize because I saw Crescent. I was like, oh, hey, you're the girl. And I asked this really stupidly vague question, like, there's some project you're part of that you're making these for, right? And she was really I was being a dick on purpose for no reason. But then I was even a bigger dick because you were sitting right next to her and I didn't recognize you until like a full minute into the conversation. So, again, I'm sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
But, no, actually we got to meet you. It was really great. And, you showed us like the whole thing at, Fiesta. And
it was still not finished at that point.
Oh,
like
right.
I hadn't added those background characters in there. No. Like I just had recently finished it like 2 weeks after Brony fanfare this year.
Yeah, we that was like the first time I actually got a live update of an anthology short, which was kind of strange, but it was good. But yeah, no, that was definitely a very pleasant surprise when we finally got to meet you. And then finally, I skipped over this, but this is because it's kind of related to stuff that's happening nowadays. But you also made another completely non-MLP related video with Phoenix Wright with Mystery Skulls with the song Money. And first of all, how did you find this song? Because at the time, I'm pretty sure you helped get this guy a lot of attention with this video.
I did, actually.
So how did you find his work, though, originally?
So that's a kind of a silly story in and of itself, because the first Mystery Skull song that I ever heard was attached to this video called Dumb Running Sonic, which was just a collection of GIFs of Sonic the Hedgehog doing really dopey run cycles. And I heard the song to that. It's like, oh, I really like the beat and stuff to this guy. I want to listen to more of his music. Mm-hmm. So I ran into Money, and the beat in there, I just had this mental image of like Phoenix Wright bashing his hands against the desk to that beat, and much in the same way as like Eat Your Pea, Pinkie Pie. I had a weird idea. I went with it, and I had to get it out of my system.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna watch this, and after we'll talk, because there's more to this afterwards. Of course, there's more to this story, but we'll talk about that afterwards. All right. So start it up, and oh, hold on. Sorry, let's make it 7:20 for the folks, so they can watch it proper. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Even the text is violent.
Yeah, I like stuff on the
well, whenever these interactive, it just makes the video look so much cooler.
Yeah.
My only gripe is that Phoenix Wright really makes a lot of money, so he's a lawyer, but
he's typically usually very broke in those games.
I really haven't gotten that impression, actually. I played them, it doesn't seem broke. He seems like he's okay, but not exorbitantly rich either.
Right. He's not as bad as Gumshoe is.
Oh, well, Gumshoe keeps getting his paycheck cut every month, so poor dude.
Yeah, you put in a little bit of interjection of, I guess, the Vinyl Scratch.
I wanted to throw something kind of pony-ish in there. Like, I didn't want to do this. Yeah, I didn't want to do a music video for this guy. I was like, what's with this pony stuff?
Yeah.
So I sort of threw a bone to the pony fans while just doing this kind of... This was kind of my spiritual successor to the Boot to the Head video, so that's also kind of another reason why I did Phoenix Wright in this.
And then there's another. The blue actually looks like good as a style choice anyway, so it all works out. Now he just
the glasses, they're on loan.
Yeah, but you just can't imagine now that they're just doing this in the courtroom for real. Having a battle, who's the best desk beater or something. I don't know.
That'd be great to have that in an actual game.
No, but this is also harder. This is really great, just having his mask light up to the beat. Excellent choice, I would say.
I had to get that out of my system, definitely. Like, I'm surprised I got that effect to look as good as it did. It was just like raw brute force equalizer kind of effect, but it came out pretty well.
Yep.
A little bit of Daft Punk.
And I had to change Edgeworth in some way, so that seemed the best way to go about it.
Since I'm going out to LA, I really hope to see a Mystery Skull show. Because that's where they're based out of, is like Los Angeles, California.
Yeah. I think they used to be in Dallas, but he moved, yeah.
Yeah.
It just kills me every time. You are the visual effects. Just every time. Too close. No, that was what kind of got a lot of people, myself included, actually looking at Mystery Skulls and finding a lot of his music. So after that, he actually saw this video and started talking to you.
So he actually saw this video, and like at one point, I never got to like see him in concert, but he was in the Austin area where I am right now, and we actually met in person. Well, actually, but when he saw the video, he like sent me a shirt, like, oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So when we met in person, I took that shirt to go get him to sign it and stuff. Oh, yeah. And when we met, he was like wondering if I would ever be down for like an official proper video, which I guess ties into the announcement I recently made, which is that I'm going to be doing a just proper official video for the song Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed you are. That's excellent news. That's actually something you rarely hear about.
I love that song.
Collaboration between someone like, a YouTube creator and then actual like a musician, and they decide that it just seems like it's kind of a weird thing because you're so based out of MLP, but
right.
That's a great news to hear. It's really happy to hear that for you. So I know you probably can't talk much about it though at this stage, just because you have to create everything it says here from scratch.
Yeah. I'm starting down that road. I got characters like sketched out and stuff. They're still kind of in the making, so it's a little rough. But I'm certainly it's starting.
It's going. It's gonna happen. That's good to hear. Now, this is a project you have. Are there any other projects that you want to talk about that you're going to be working on as well?
This ghost video is going to take up pretty much all of my time, so I don't plan any other projects beyond this. Like I plan to try to update my Tumblr to show my progress with said ghost video. And beyond that, like I also have like a full-time job, so I don't have a ton of time to be all over the place project-wise. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I'm gonna devote myself free time-wise to this video.
All right. Anything else, BVids? You got something for
them? No, I guess that's all.
I think we're done.
I kind of gotta go pick up my brother at the airport. But,
yeah, that's fine.
Well, that's okay.
But I believe that's all the questions we got for you, man. So I think we can close it out on this. Thank you very much again for being with us on this episode.
Yeah, man, it was a pleasure.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for being so good about the updates for Anthology 3, and thank you for everything. Oh, God. No, seriously, thank you. We'll keep a track of what you do in the future. Definitely can't wait to see what you come up with the music video. If you guys want to go check out MysteryBen, he's MysteryBen27 on YouTube and Tumblr. Anything else? Any other social media you have that you want to?
Just MysteryBen's mystery blog on Tumblr, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we'll link all that for you, and for the crowd, and in the end video of this. So thanks again, guys. And we'll see you next week. Well, actually, no, we won't be here next week because it's Christmas. So the week after, though, we'll find out. We'll find something to bring back to you. And until then, see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.